Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm gonna show you how you can design these images in here so you can show how your project looks like on different devices. I had a lot of people asking me how can you do this kind of design, because on my first portfolio website, this one that you guys can see in here, this was actually the portfolio website that got me my first job, alright? And in here, when I'm showing my projects, if you go for example in here in these 2D game development, I can show how my project looks like on a desktop, on a tablet, and I think this is a really cool effect that you can show how it looks like on a phone, on a tablet, whatever you want to do. So let's get started with this. For this tutorial you need some kind of software like Photoshop, but there are other ones out there that are completely free like GIMP that you can achieve the same results, okay? So I'm going to be using Photoshop for this one, but like I said, you can use GIMP or whatever. It's going to be very similar. First thing I'm going to do is go in here at the top, File, and I'm going to click in here, Place Embedded, and I'm going to select the image that I want. I want to select this Mac, alright? Look. And I'm gonna select it. In here comes, first of all, look, you can resize it first of all if you want. You can click and drag it and then press enter when you are okay with the size of it. Okay, I'll press enter. At the moment we have in here background completely white, so on the right you should have your layers. The layers is going to be like the place where your image is and other images. This is how you can control it. So I'm gonna go in here, and down there is this icon for a new layer. So we got a layer 1 now. I'm gonna go into the colors. I'm gonna select another color, some kind of blue, for example. And then in here in these toolbars on the left, I will click this one and it says Paint Bucket Tool. There should be some kind of tools like these on GIMP, on Jira. There are many other softwares for free, guys. Do a research on it. I'm gonna click in here. Look, it's all blue. And as you can see, this image that I placed in here, it's coming up with this kind of white background on it. I don't want this. This is because this image is a JPEG. There are different kind of image extensions. So there are JPEGs, PNGs, and the PNGs are the ones that they can have like a removed background, okay? And I'm gonna show you how you can do it. By the way, look, I'm gonna put in here a website that I just created to show you. Look, if you put this image on a website, look, it comes up with this white background. You don't want this, okay? Let me just get rid of this. So let's remove this background first of all. I'm gonna go on here on the left, click this one that says Magic Wand, and the Magic Wand, if you select the image first of all, look, you click in this part that is all white and it's gonna select everything that is the same color. And now, if you press B for brush, or you can go in here on the left and click the brush, you need to click on the image like to make it as a raster image. If you don't understand too much, it's just like to be able to edit the image. Look, click on the image and it says this smart object must be rasterized before proceeding. So I'm gonna press OK, and now I can actually press the delete key on my keyboard and look what's gonna happen. You see? Now you can go to select on the top, deselect, and look, now we remove this part. That's great. This is what I wanted to do. And now let's do exactly the same down here. I'm gonna go in here with a magic wand, select this, and I'm gonna click this part. And as you can see, look, because these colors are very similar to white, we are not getting the exact selection like we want. So what I want to do now is using the pen tool. I'm gonna press Ctrl D on my keyboard to just deselect, or you could go on the top and do select, deselect, okay? I'm gonna use this pen tool, and I'm gonna start tracing this. I'm gonna put a bit of zoom. I'm gonna click on the magnifier. I'm gonna do a bit of zoom, select again the pen tool, and look what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna start in here with this. And this takes a little bit of time, this pen tool to select, to get used to it. But as you guys can see, I'm gonna press now in this, oops, I'm gonna press Ctrl Z to undo. I need to press Alt, click in here to make sure that I have all the points that I want. Okay. So I'm just tracing this. This should be fairly, you don't have to be like very precise. I'm just going in here with this, going to the top. I'm pressing, by the way, the Alt and then click in here, because let me just undo with Ctrl Z. Look, if I'm gonna press it after, look, it comes up like this from there. I don't want this, so let me just undo. This part in here needs to be removed, so I press Alt, click, and now I can actually do it again. Look, now I'm just going in here, I'm gonna click, and now I'm just clicking outside, clicking outside, clicking outside, and click in here to close this selection. Right click, and now I'm gonna do make selection. Okay. Now we got this selection. What I want to do is press the delete key. All of this is removed. Alright? Let's press Ctrl D or go in here at the top, deselect, and we got this part all done. Look how cool it is now. Alright, so we got this part. Now let's put in here my website that I want. My website, for example, this one, I'm gonna press the print screen button on my keyboard. Okay, I got, let me just put my mouse outside. Print screen button on my keyboard. You should have a print screen button on your laptop, on your desktop, on your keyboard, whatever. And then I'm going back in here. I'm gonna press Ctrl V on the keyboard, the two keys together. And look, now I have this image in here that we just copied. This is my other screen, by the way. I'm gonna press Ctrl T on the keyboard to make a transform. And now look, I'm just gonna increase these or decrease as I want. Look, I'm gonna increase or decrease as I want. And now I'm gonna press enter. Now I just want this part of the website. So for that, I'm going in here to the selection tool, rectangle. I'm gonna select this. This is what I want. Okay, look, it's all selected. I'm gonna press right click and I'm gonna do layer via copy. Okay, now this previous image, we can select this layer from it and just right click, and you can just like delete layer, so you don't need it anymore. So we just have this image. Let's select it in here again on the layers. Let's press Ctrl T to transform it. Look, now this is what we can do. I'm gonna press it like this, look, I'm gonna press it on the top, and now look, this is fine, I'm gonna press Ctrl T again, just on the keyboard arrows. I'm just gonna move it around a little bit. Maybe I will, just because the image is not big enough to put around here, I'm just gonna put a background image. So on here on the left, on the toolbar, I'm gonna press this rectangle tool. On the top, once you have this selected, you got the fill, you got stroke. You don't want stroke around this rectangle, and the fill you want is gonna be white. You can just go in here, pick the color and white. Now let's draw this. I want something like this. Okay, and that's fine. As you can see now, everything is white. That's because look, this rectangle is on top of our other image. So let's just drag our other image in here at the top, and now is much better. We can even Ctrl T to select it for transform and just move these around a little bit. So this is what you could do for the desktop. Now let's see, for example, if I want to put the iPad. I'm gonna press File, I'm gonna press Place Embedded, I'm gonna select this iPad. Oh, it's not working this. So let's actually go on Google and look for another iPad image. This is what you have to do. Images, and just select an image of an iPad that you would like. I'm going to select this one. Maybe this one is fine. I'm just right click, save image as, and I'm gonna put iPad 2. Okay, save it. Now I'm just gonna drag this, place it in here. Look, it's too big at the moment, but we can resize it. So I'm gonna resize it and place it around here more or less. I think this is cool. This is cool. Let's press enter. As you can see, these corners, they are still a little bit dodgy, so let's click on the magic wand. Like before, we need to press the B first, the brush, click OK to rasterize, and now we can delete that section. Let's deselect this. Let's do now the same thing for all the other corners, because you don't want this stuff. I'm gonna press Shift to select everything at the same time. So we got these 1, 2, 3 corners. Press delete and it's gone. And you after press Ctrl D to deselect. Okay, we got this part all done. Okay, now let's place in here another image of our website. How does it look like on the iPad? So look, this is my website. By the way, I'm gonna close this so you guys can understand. I'm on my website. I'm using the Google Chrome browser. Okay, if you press right click on your browser, inspect, or you can even press F12 to come up with these developer tools. There is this icon in here where you can actually see how your website looks like on an iPad. Look, iPad Pro, iPhone, iPhone 6, whatever, Galaxy X5. I'm going to select now iPad Pro because these are the new iPads out there. Now that I have this, I could even just press the print screen to take a print screen of the page. I'm going in here. I'm going to press Ctrl V. Okay. Here it is again, my desktop. I'm going to press Ctrl T to control it for the transform, and look, now I have this image. Let's press enter. I want just this part, so I'm gonna select in here at the top this rectangle. Okay, select everything. I'm gonna right click, layer via copy. Okay, let's remove this other layer that we don't need, so I'm gonna right click, delete layer. Yes. And we got this image. Okay, let's press Ctrl T. I think you can also, if I'm not wrong, select or image transform. It should be something around here. Image rotation, edit. I think is in here. Look, free transform. Okay, Ctrl T. So edit free transform. Look, now you can move it around. If it's not like resizing accordingly, like uniformly, just press the Shift key on your keyboard to make sure that it stays the same. Width and height are always the same, okay? If you are having some trouble with that. Look, let's just resize this, and it's like perfect. Look, even perfect. Okay? Alright, so this is how it looks like on an iPad. Okay, so we got this part. Now, what else can we add? We could add, for example, an iPhone. Let's grab an iPhone. You could actually go in here into the design, my folder where I have, and I could just drag inside. Look, this is another JPEG image, as you can see. So we need to get rid of this part. Let's go. First of all, let's press the brush key. Let's click on this to rasterize so we can delete the contents, okay? I'm gonna go into the magic wand, select it, and look, the selection looks really nice. So we should be fine, we don't need to use the pen tool like before. Let's press the delete key on the keyboard, And there it is. This is all looking fine. Now to deselect, you can press Ctrl D, like I said. Now let's transform these as well. Ctrl T. Let's resize this. I'm not gonna make it too small. Just something like this, I think would be fine. Press enter. Now let's see how this our website looks like on an iPhone, for example. Look, we even have in here the option of iPhone X. This is how my website looks like on an iPhone X. Let's print screen, okay, to take a copy of the screen. Let's press in here Ctrl V to paste it. Ctrl V, okay. We got our thing in here. I'm gonna press Ctrl T to transform. I'm gonna move it around, and this is what I want, okay. Let's press enter to remove this transform. I'm going in here at the top, rectangle, okay. I'm gonna select this, what I want. I'm gonna right click, layer via copy. Select this previous layer that we just created, right click, delete it, okay. And now we just have this image. So let's select this layer corresponding to this image. Let's press Ctrl T to transform it. Let's move it in here. And now let's resize this a bit more. Let's resize this. Let's resize. I think something like this will be fine. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is actually not exactly as on the same design. So what we can do about this is selecting in here, you can go to the opacity. Look, you can lower down the opacity. Oops, was too much. Lower down the opacity so you can see that you can see now a little bit from behind. Let's zoom in. Click the zoom magnifier. Let's zoom in. Okay. And now what we could do about this is let's just try to make it even. Oops, not this one. You need to select the image, this one, okay. Make sure that the sides is the most important. Okay, so the sides are fine. I'm just pressing the arrow keys now on the keyboard to make sure that is fine. This, so bottom is fine. We just need to do a little bit of trimming around here. Look, press enter. Now I'm gonna select the pen tool again. So where is the pen tool? Pen tool is in here. So this is what I want to remove. I want to remove this, okay. I think it's too much. I think it's in here, and then we got it in here, and then we got something in here. Let's remove this part as well. You know, you can do it after much better than me. I'm just giving you a quick example of how you could actually do it. Oops, let me just undo this. I'm just going, why is this? I'm just gonna go with this one. This one is giving me a bit of trouble. I think this is fine. Yeah, and we could actually do something similar around here. Okay, now just click outside and this. All right, oops, let's undo. I'm just gonna right click, make selection, okay, and now I'm gonna press delete. And as you can see now, it's all gone. This part is a little bit better. Let's deselect this. So this is looking better. Now we still have this part in here at the bottom that is still not looking that fine. You could also, if you want, just go with the eraser. Where is the eraser? We got this one, we got this one. This is the eraser tool. And then with the eraser tool, there are these brackets on the... you know where you have the curly braces on your keyboard? There is also the rectangle brackets. You could click on them to increase or decrease the size of your of your eraser. So I'm gonna just click gently. Look, just gonna click gently on where I want to delete. As you can see, look, I'm just erasing it. There are many ways, like I showed. You could use the pen tool as well in here, but I'm just giving you this other option. Oops, I just undo, Control Z to undo, and I think this should be fine. Now let's put the opacity back to 100% in here. Okay, let's zoom out, and there it is. Look at this, perfect. But now actually we need to export this as a PNG file, guys. Remember, PNG. So what I'm gonna do first of all is, by the way, I'm gonna remove, click in here where it says this part, and this part as well. I'm gonna just take it out. So now you get this kind of a weird background, because I just like make it invisible, the other two backgrounds that we had from before. Okay, so this means that at the moment these images in here, they don't have any background. Okay, so first of all, let's just reduce the image size. You can click in here at the top in this icon to crop. And then look, this crop gives you this option. So you can reduce the size of the image like this. Okay, when you are happy, press enter. And there it is. Look, now I'm gonna show you how you can save this in two ways. The right and the wrong. Let's do the wrong one first. I'm gonna press File, Save As, and in here on this folder, I'm gonna save it as a JPEG. This is just to show you. I'm gonna save it as or just like portfolio. Okay, I'm gonna press save, and this gives you the option, look, of the quality of the image. You want quality 7, quality 6. Usually quality 7 is fine. I'm gonna press OK. Now if I go in here to my Visual Studio Code, this is just a simple website. Look, this is where I'm showing this other image. I'm gonna just update this image with this one that we just created. What was it? Portfolio.jpg. I'm gonna save this file. I'm gonna press in here again, and look, we got this image that we just created, but now look, because it's a JPEG, it still has this white background. We don't want this white background, so we need a transparency background. For that, what we will do with this is File, Save As, and now you select in here, where is it? PNG file. Okay, PNG. This is what you actually need to do. Alright guys, you can do this with GIMP, free software. Jira I think is the same. There are many other options that you can do. Like I said, you don't need to use Photoshop. So I'm gonna write down portfolio. And guys, whenever you are write down the name in here, you don't need to put .jpg or .png or whatever, because the software does it automatically. Okay, so I'm just gonna put portfolio, save, and just press in here OK. Now let's go back in here to this index.html. Instead of putting portfolio.jpg, what we saved from before, I'm gonna put PNG, this file extension that will allow us to have that kind of transparency on the background. So let's reopen this. I'm gonna double click, and look how nice it is now. Now you could actually put this on your portfolio website. Let me just get rid of this. Where is it, my portfolio website? Look, this is exactly the same thing I did in here. You can put this on your portfolio website to show how your projects look like on desktop, on tablets, on phones, and it's a really cool effect. So many people asked me for this, so now here it is, the tutorial, guys, and I hope you guys like it. And if you like it, make sure to give me a thumbs up, And share this with your friends if you feel like there are more people that they should learn about this, or if you want me to make some more tutorials about Photoshop as well. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And that's it for me today. I'll see you in the next video.